Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. It is Friday, and that means I bring with you my non-QM lender, Stephen Dow. How you doing, sir?
Fantastic. And yourself?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. Thank you again for being a part of the channel, helping all my students, and frankly, helping me. You were helping me get a couple of deals done. We will break that down in video number 2. Right. But you are getting such demand from this channel, one rental at a time, for my course members, how to get started one rental at a time. I think we owe everybody, including yourself, a definition of what non-QM is and also what it is not. But before we do that, do your little marketing spiel.
Thank you for remembering. Again, although I work happily for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all the topics and I guess ideas. Thank you. Discussed on this channel or that of my own. So let's get it going.
Very cool, man. So again, I love the fact that you're part of my group, that you're doing the work, you're helping students, do BRRRR projects, flipping, cash out refis, all of that stuff. But let's just remind folks, why don't we start with what non-QM is not? And what I mean by what it is not is you service a big part of the market, but there's also some sections you will not touch.
Right.
So let's talk about them. That way, if somebody's trying to go there, it's like, don't call Steve, right? If it's in this box or this box, do not call Steve.
Right. Only because they'll get disappointed, typically with the rate, you know what I'm saying? Because my rates are priced accordingly due to the circumstances. So that's where I'd like to save them time and mine as well, because I try to reply back to every single email as timely as I can. But with the overwhelming response when we started, quoting the floor rate, I had every,
we start talking about 3.99 non-QM. I'm getting a deal done.
30-year fix for commercial too. So it just,
crazy stuff. But so let's talk about this. So first and foremost, if you are looking, like, let's say you're self-employed, right? Let's say your debt to income you're basically getting no answers from banks, because we say, hey, if you can get bank money, go get bank money. Right. But if you're looking to refi or purchase a owner-occupied home, don't call Steve, right?
Correct. Again, just due to the nature of the loan, it's a stated income loan or asset base. So non-QM, non-qualified mortgage, we're not verifying the capacity to repay back the loan in a sense. So that's where it cannot be applied to your primary residence or second home. So in this case, that's where it would eliminate those, particular borrowers and just save you some time, because, it's just
there are other lenders that play there. It's just not as non-QM space. So again, if you're looking to buy a primary home, you're looking to refi a primary home, you're looking to buy a second home, you're looking to refi a second home, don't call Steve, right?
Correct.
Okay, now, that's fair.
There are other programs as well, just to be fair. After you don't get an answer from the bank, there's other, non-QM lenders as well that offer, say, bank statement programs and such, and those can be priced accordingly. But again, in comparison, apples to apples, they're not 30-year fixed typically.
Yeah, no, of course not.
So
they're trying to do bridge financing. They're trying to get in and out. They're trying to hit you for 8 or 9 points, and then at some point they expect you to refi them out, right? That's what they're trying to do.
Well, what you're referring to, I would say, is more real hard money or private money. I'm referring to other non-QM lenders. I'm not trying to promote their stuff. I'm just trying to be perfectly,
So there are non-QM, just not Velocity Mortgage.
Correct. So with Velocity, that's where
that's fine.
It makes it much more simple process, but
perfect. So another area I've seen people reach out to you on that I want to clear up so we can save both parties time is manufactured homes.
Yes. No manufactured homes. Typically, and again, from what normally your students or people are calling about as far as for the investment properties, but yes, no manufactured homes. Let's see here, no mobile homes. But primarily that's it. Just your regular cookie cutter 1 to 4 unit, non-owner residential. And of course, if it's a multifamily, those you can live in one of the units, so you can do apartment hacking. Right. So I think in one of the sections of your course, somebody did talk upon that. So that is an option if someone is listening. But very cool. Other than that, just trying to save people time.
And then the other one is, we'll just hit it again, is small loan balances, right? You have a minimum. So again, a lot of people, if you're buying in markets where the average home is 50 grand and then you need 35 or 40, you have to do what's called a portfolio loan. So it's multiple assets. But again, let's just remind people, what is the floor?
The floor on that is actually 75,000 individually, but if you can group them together, then at least a minimum 50,000 in value for each property in the blanket or portfolio loan will allow us to do the loan.
Yeah, because again, the minimum on the 75 means that's the loan, means the asset has to be worth 100, right?
Correct. Exactly.
So again, let's be very clear, right? If you're going to be reaching out to Steve or Velocity Mortgage, the house, the ARV, the appraisal is going to be 100 because they will loan their minimum loan amount is 75.
Right.
But you can group multiple assets together.
Correct.
You know, portfolio or blanket loans, which is a lot of new investors think they're unicorns, but you just got to come to the right non-QM lender. They're out there. They're pretty prevalent. So,
well, given, you know, your circumstances, what resources you have available at that time, and then obviously, you know, what kind of strategy that you're looking to employ on the property, then that'll allow us to kind of figure out the right, you know, methods, the strategy to get to your goal. So, but yeah, definitely it's worth a phone call. But again, now just to kind of reduce the number of you know, phone calls or emails that aren't going to go anywhere anyway, as far as we can't do it. So minimum 650 FICO. Again, there's another kind of cutoff because I've had a lot of, like, you know, people with credit challenges, which I would love to help, but I just can't, unfortunately. So, but nevertheless, that's pretty much it. Everything.
Well, there's one more I remember. There's also population size, right? You don't invest in really small towns. You want cities and suburbs.
Thank you for remembering. Yeah. So, you know, mainly areas that are densely populated, a minimum of 25,000 in population is what's required. And, or if it's at least within 25 miles of another city that has 100,000 or more, if that's not the case for the specific city. So there are smaller little, like, you know, boroughs or you know, areas
towns.
Correct. Let's call them town or townships. They're right between larger, you know, metropolitan areas. Those will work too.
Awesome. And then there are a couple of states, I believe, still where Velocity doesn't do business. Do you have an example?
Yeah, but they're mainly in the highly rural areas because it's just not a lot of population there. So, but we cover those. They're mainly like the Dakotas and of areas of that nature.
I haven't heard anybody get a no on a state, but I just wanted to make sure it's out there. So again, non-QM lenders play a huge space, but let me see if I remember. They don't do owner occupied. They don't do manufactured homes. Minimum loan amount of 75K, 650 FICO score. Do I remember that?
Correct.
25,000 population or within 25 miles of 100,000. A couple of rural states you don't play in. I think I got them all.
Yep. And again, just to remind people of what we can do as far as you know, the beneficial part is, again, you know, stated income. You can hold title under an entity, and we don't report to the credit bureaus. So it does allow you to kind of, you know, doesn't hurt your chances of getting better conventional financing for car loans and credit cards and other things of that nature. So it really does.
And 30-year money on commercial, which I still can't believe. I expect that program to blow up, man.
I know. Well, we're done with yours, so you can show them the final term and stuff.
30-year money on apartments. I mean, damn, that's crazy.
Yes, sir.
All right. What else? Anything else? I think this is a good kind of summary. Again, non-QM is great. Most one rental at a time students are going to be very helpful. They did get excited about the 3.99 and you got a couple of owner occupied calls. So I apologize. I should have been clearer, but this really cleared it up. How do you want people to reach out?
sdow@velocitymortgage.com, right below us, because typically that's the best way. Usually I'm on the phone a lot of times. So I've had a lot of, how would I guess deem this, very ingenious people who were able to look me up on the internet because I'm pretty much everywhere, found my phone number, called me, but it was like, and I get telemarketed too in the middle of the day. So it's almost like I have to treat them initially, you know, who's this? Are you
exactly.
And then go through that. But
I do not normally pick up phone numbers I do not recognize. Voicemail. I'll add you to my list later if I know who you are.
Well, in my business, I have to pick up. So it's just, it's something I have to do. But
I do not have to pick up.
Well, that's where I have to kind of get to where you're at some point as far as, you know, 1 minute at a time.
There you go. Well, again, Stephen Dow at velocitymortgage.com. And do yourself a favor, put in the subject line ORAT, ORAAT. That helps it get through the filters because, again, they are a finance organization and they have some pretty strong firewalls. So, Stephen, thank you very much. And again, I look forward to topic number 2. We are going to bring up my spreadsheet and show people why I'm getting a loan when I don't have to. All right, buddy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, man.